couple reasons is because I want to make sure I go through this stuff, and because I have so much to talk about that I'm going to answer that on the appropriate day. Okay, so if we're talking about, in a couple days I'm going to be talking about sleep. So if someone types in a question about sleep, I'm going to take that question. I'll reply to whoever does. To any question, I'll still reply. But I'm going to take that question and I'll say, I'm going to answer this more in depth on the day that we're talking about sleep or nutrition or whatever it is that we're talking about. Okay? So I'll still reply to you, but please feel free to answer or ask any question you want. And I got something super awesome for you guys. If you head over to FitHacker.com, on the top of the bar, on the top header there, or on the page, you will see the free 5-day Jumpstart. Okay? This is an awesome 5-day Jumpstart I put together for you guys, and it's packed with 5 days of information, and it's for you to get a jumpstart into your health and fitness goals, and it's amazing, right? A lot of topics that are in there we're going to talk about here, but that is more precise, and this is going to be, some things are going to be more in depth, and some things in that will be more in depth. Now, while you're signing up for the free 5-day Jumpstart, it's so awesome. Anyway, so while you're signing up for it, you're going to have a chance to try out my CMT Training app, okay? CMT Training stands for Constant Muscle Tension Training. Now, what I'm really good with is weight training, okay? Constant Muscle Tension Training has a lot more to do with gym training. Now, I can apply it to everything, but what I already have set up is it's for in the gym. So if you are at home, if you have a lot of equipment, that's awesome. This will still work out. But weight training is my expertise, and that's where I like to hang out. I'll still help anybody that needs anything, but just know that this CMT trial, this app, trying the app, is 6-day workout for $6. Okay, $6. And you can try it out. It's 6 workouts, so it ends up being almost 2 weeks, because I have it set up as a four-day workout week. Okay, so it's 6 workouts for $6, and it's awesome. Okay, it's super awesome. I want to give everybody a little bit of a taste of what exactly that I do, and I will be talking about it on here. There's a lot of talk about CMT training, but the app is just the app, and I teach you how to do certain exercises, right? They're videos of me telling you. I'm not even going to sit here. I could talk about it forever, but you guys will see it. You'll see the video. It'll be great. But anybody who signs up for the trial, at the end of these 30 days, I'm going to pick one person. This is like a drawing, okay? I'm going to pick one person that signed up for the trial, and I'm going to do a 12-week FitHacker coaching program for free, okay? Now, I usually charge $5,000 for this. That's $5,000, okay? Because over the next 30 days, you're going to see how much I take into account for every person and every client, right? But I'm going to do this for this person, whoever it may be, for absolutely free. So if you feel like that is super exciting to you, and you like gym workouts, and you like the things that I have to say, then make sure you test out the app, see if it's for you, see if you like my training style, and then you're entered in this 12-week coaching program for absolutely free, and it's going to be awesome. And don't worry, I'll make sure I let everybody know who wins, and it's going to be so much fun. All right, so back to FitHack Your Life in 30 days. So I already said every day we're going to go live at 2 p.m. Eastern, and believe it or not, I am used to talking to people, not to the camera. So the camera has no emotion, right? Because when I smile and I talk and I'm laughing, the camera doesn't do anything, right? It's just there, right? So I feed off of people, and so this is the first time that I'm going live and really talking about all of my knowledge, right? So I'm going to try to make this make sense for everyone, but usually when I'm talking to people and I have a group of people, someone can say, "Hey, I don't understand," or they get that look on their face like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so then that obviously will make my route, my direction, my information go a little bit differently. So I don't have that. But I do hope that when I smile, you guys are all smiling, because I love when everybody smiles, and it gives me so much energy, and you can tell I'm already super positive, and this is going to be fun. So bear with me if I'm up here and I'm like drawing blanks and stuff. So I try to make little note cards so I don't forget what to say, but this is going to be awesome. Okay, one more thing. If you guys hear little footsteps or dogs, hopefully they don't bark. But I have 2 dogs, and they're walking around, and if they come over here, I'll show them to you. But until that point, I'm not going to go get them. All right, awesome. Okay, my story. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I've been getting bombarded with questions, and I wanted a way that I could help more people, right? What better way to get in front of more people than going live and showing people all of this information, or telling people all of this information. Now, when I was young, let me back up. If you guys have ever seen any of my videos, I love to tell my story, right? So when I was 10, I thought that if you got big muscles, you could be a superhero and save anyone from a bad situation. Whether their cat was stuck in a tree, like in all the cartoons and movies, right? Or if some bad life situation was actually happening, I could go be the hero. I've always wanted to be the hero, no matter what. Life is rough, right? A lot of things happen, and to this day, I always want to step up. I always want to be the hero, and it's just the way that I am. And I love to help. I just love to help people, and I love to help people that want help. So if you can be honest and say, I don't know this, or I need help, or can you please teach me this, and I can tell that you're interested, then I'll do absolutely anything to help you. Absolutely. I love it. It's so fulfilling for me, and there's just no other way that I can get in front of as many people as social media, right? So this is the route that we're going. And so back to my story. So I thought I could get big muscles and save everybody, right? Well, the older that I got, I realized that that's not really how it works. But by this time, I was so invested in building myself, so that way people would look at me like a superhero, because I wanted to be a superhero. And although I might not be able to fly or run through walls, but I always want to help. So I kind of am living my dream of my childhood dream, right? And I want to do everything that I can to help. And when I was younger, though, on my journey, my young mentors were very, let's call them meatheads, right? They were lift more weight, eat more protein, and that was it. Just the gym, right? You just work a job just to have money and lift more weight, eat more protein. Well, I got injured a lot, and I knew there had to be a better way. There had to be a better way, because I could see those guys on magazines and on TV. They were monsters, and they looked even more like a superhero, and I wanted to look like them. Well, then when I got old enough and I started traveling and stuff, and I would see people with this amazing physique, and I would walk right up to them. And I mean, I have a pretty big personality, right? I'm pretty open. And I would say, holy cow, how did you get such a big chest? Like, what do you do different than everybody else? And most people never had a good answer. They would say, oh, you just push the weight, or their legs, whatever body part it was. I asked hundreds of people, okay? So whatever body part it was, and they would say, I have no method, or I have no method in my madness, or I just push the weight, just push the weight, just move the weight. Well, let me tell you, it is not about moving the weight, okay? There is an art to it, and it took me a long time to learn it, and now that I did, I want to tell everybody about it, and that's where my CMT training comes in, okay? I created CMT training, constant muscle tension training, to stay away from injury and to get the most out of everything and get the maximum result for the smallest amount of effort, right? That's what we want now. If we're all getting older and we don't have the time to spend 2 hours in the gym, or all of this time working out. Okay, so the goal is to put in as little effort as possible and get the maximum result possible, right? Like, that's what it's all about. But it's working smart. And obviously you still have to work hard, but it's more mental. It's more about control. It's more about form. It's more about tension. And it's more about learning all of that stuff and how to apply it to the exercises than anything else. Okay, if I can make a 1 pound weight feel like a 90 pound weight and get the same result, why wouldn't I use a 1 pound weight? I'm going to avoid injury, I'll be in control, and I'll be able to work out properly. Okay, now if I'm using the 90 pound weight, I might have to use a whole bunch of other muscles incorporated to move that, and I could hurt my shoulder, I could hurt my hip, I could hurt my back, anything, right? So once again, if I'm going to get the same result from a 1 pound weight as from a 90 pound weight and avoid injury, sounds like it's a no-brainer, right? And go with the 1 pound weight. So that's what CMT training is all about. And that's how I found it and created it, and learning from all of these amazing individuals. And so now, I want to give it to the world. I want to make it for everybody. It's so exciting. I love it. So if you're local, you know that I preach everything. I just love to help, right? Okay, so back to the story. Learned all of that, created the CMT, and now I feel I need to give it to the world. So here we are, FitHacker Life in 30 days. This is going to be so exciting. If you're just jumping on, head over to FitHacker.com and check out the free 5-day Jumpstart that I created for you guys. It's so awesome. It's 5 days jam-packed into an amazing membership site about a lot of information. It's some of it we're going to cover here, but it's so awesome. And then you're going to have a chance to test out my CMT Training app for 6 workouts for $6. Okay, and then if you do jump on that opportunity to try out the CMT Training app for $6, you're going to be entered into a drawing, and then after these FitHack Your Life in 30 days, after the 30 days, then I'm going to draw one lucky winner and provide a 12-week FitHacker coaching program. Everything that I do usually costs $5,000, if not a little bit more. It all depends on your goals. And I'm going to create the entire bundle so that way that person can get the maximum result possible, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, last thing I want to talk about today, just to build a little bit more rapport so you guys can, listen to me and I can get to know you a little bit more. If you guys got questions, we're going to do a little bit of Q&A. Some of these are pretty basic, but they're the questions I get asked the most. So if this is basic to you, then just hang out and we'll get to the one that helps you. All right, this is like the ultimate question. The ultimate question. What is the best way to lose fat? Okay, I wish I had a magical button that I could say, all you have to do is press this button. Unfortunately, it is not anywhere near that easy, but it's not super hard too. So I'm going to cut straight to the chase. You can't change the way your body looks, whether it's losing weight or gaining weight, unless you know exactly what you're eating. Okay? So you have to track exactly what you're eating. Now, off the start, don't get all crazy on me and say I'm Mr. Healthy or Mrs. Healthy and I'm going to go eat vegetables and, stay away from fat because it's bad, right? And stay away from carbs because carbs are bad. And I only eat healthy stuff. Well, just be you, okay? You have to eat the rest of your life. So I want to help you learn how to eat so you can eat the right way for the rest of your life and get results. So when you start tracking what you're eating, just be you. Just track it. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Doesn't matter how good it is. First step, you need to know exactly what you're eating. Okay? Then from that point, you can assess. Okay, I'm building muscle or I'm losing weight. Okay? And then you can assess, okay, I'm not losing weight because of these things. Or I'm eating too much ice cream. Or whatever it may be. Okay? And for some of us, it's funny, But for some of us, it's the real deal. Like this, you don't understand what you're doing to yourself until you write it down. Okay? Write it down. There's tons of apps out there that do this. You need to track what you're putting in your body for you to change it. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, next one. If I lift weights, will my muscles grow? Absolutely. Okay, your muscles are going to grow. I want to bust a few myths here. I get this question from a lot of women, and they think that if they go to weight training that they're going to look like a guy. And I don't know where this myth started, but it's absolutely wrong. It is the biggest lie ever. No one is going to just look like the Hulk overnight. Okay. Now I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", 250 pounds, and I spent my entire life, well, from when I was 10, so 22 years I've spent building the way that I look. Okay. Now, so if a woman or if someone new jumps into this, you're not going to be as big as me overnight. Absolutely not. You'll have to train for it, eat for it, and sleep for it for 20 years or 10 years, okay? These are the things that you're going to have to do. But you have to understand, the more muscle that you have, the more you will metabolize, right? So muscle's our biggest metabolizer. It creates more metabolism. So the more muscle you have, the easier it is to burn or lose weight or keep the weight off, right? So since I'm so big, if you get someone else that's, say, 5'2", and I'm 6'3" and 250 pounds, so if someone's 5'2" and, say, 140 pounds, then obviously they don't carry as much muscle as I do, right? So no matter what, my body will burn more than theirs. So the more muscle you create, the more fat you'll burn, the more calories you'll burn. But also look at the other pros of it. You're going to look great. You're going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more stable. You're going to be stronger. And you know, there's so many ways to look at this. But yes, if you lift weights, your muscles will grow. But as long as you're eating and sleeping enough for your body to recover. All right, next question. How do I get a flat stomach? Okay. This is a pretty good one. I get asked a lot to this question. How do I get rid of the fat on my sides, stomach, or my butt, or my love handles, right? So same thing. How do I get this area flat? Okay, or this, or my butt, or anywhere you're holding fat. People used to believe that you could sight burn fat, and that is not the case. Okay, you cannot do a million ab crunches and just the fat right here will disappear. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Now, if you do abs every day, your muscles will grow. Therefore, you will start to burn more. Therefore, burning more will start burning the fat off of your body. Therefore, you will start to lose weight. Therefore, your abs will start to show more because they're bigger and because you're losing weight. So therefore, that's how that works. Okay. Otherwise, you have to abide by the 80-20 rule. Have you ever heard of that? 80-20 rule. Okay. 80% of how you look and feel is from nutrition. 20% is from training, exercise, or some type of program, some type of activity, right? So 80-20 rule. That means that no matter how much you train, you can never out-train a bad diet. Does that make sense? That's why we need to know what we're putting in our bodies. Okay. How often should I work out? This is a pretty good one. Once again, it all depends on your goals. But for the most part, if you just want to stay healthy, 3 times a week, the American Heart Association says to elevate your heart rate 30 minutes 3 times a week at a minimum. So if you could do more than that, the only person it's going to benefit more is you. Okay? So if it's going to benefit you more and you have time and you like it, then why wouldn't you do it? Because it's just going to make your life better. It's going to make you feel better, look better, be happier, right? Relieve stress. It's going to be great. But it all depends on your goal. If you're trying to build muscle, then you want to, I might have you training more, but your sleep and nutrition has to be on point. Okay? If your sleep and nutrition is not on point, then there's no sense in training that much because you're not going to heal. And you're going to be tired and you're going to be miserable. Does that make sense? Okay. We'll get more into that if anybody has any deeper questions. Why are my muscles sore after a workout? This is a good question. A lot of people think that it's because of the lactic acid buildup in your muscles, which makes sense. But the lactic acid usually clears from our muscles 30 minutes to an hour after our workout. But if you think about what we're doing to our muscles, we're breaking them down so that way they can rebuild and get bigger and get stronger, right? So you have all this damage done to your muscles, whatever muscle it may be. Now, you have this damage done. So if you take anything, and scrape your skin real hard, now don't cut yourself, but if you scrape your skin real hard, you still might have a bruise. It's still going to hurt. You're still going to see a scratch. Hopefully it didn't draw blood, but it's still damaged it, right? So it has to heal. And that's what we do to our muscles. Every time we work out, we break them, and then they can rebuild. But that's what they're for. That's what they're made to do. You can train muscles to get them bigger, stronger. And that's what we want, right? Because if we sit around too much, we're just going to have too many problems. So we need to be active, and we want to feel good about ourselves. And the goal is to look good naked, right? That's what we all want. And whether you want to admit it or not, we just want to look good naked and feel comfortable in our own skin. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to go on TV or online and do crazy things like that. But for the most part, that's what we all want. We want to look good in our own skin and feel good and be confident, right? Confident is sexy. So that's that. I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but yeah. Okay, next question. Should I do cardio or weight training first? So obviously this is for someone that wants to do cardio and training. I've learned over the years with myself and my clients that it all depends on what you like the most. Okay, if you say I'm doing cardio and training, okay, I'm doing both, then that means you want to do both. So you have to do it. So what makes it more realistic for you to do? Well, I like to cardio beforehand. It pumps me up for my workout. Okay, great. Do it beforehand. Well, I don't like doing it beforehand because it makes me feel lethargic during my workout. Great. Do it after. Right? So it makes sense. On a scientific level, there's very little to show which way is better unless you're going to do an all-out, like burn all of your glycogen off cardio or extreme HIIT training. Then I wouldn't recommend doing it before your workout because then your workout's going to stink. Does that make sense? Okay. Last question. This is the best question. Do I need to take supplements? Well, if you have ever taken a vitamin deficiency test and you are vitamin deficient, then you might need to take some supplements. But for the most part, you don't need to, right? So creatine monohydrate is one of the most researched supplements out there from the FDA. Like there's tons of articles on it, and it does show what it can do to benefit you, but it does it in such a small amount over such a long period of time. Now, if you're real into it, great. If you're going to dedicate the time and the money, the resources to do this, then great. By all means, take it every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Okay? But if you're going to take it for 2 days and then forget to take it or don't want to take it and then take it for a day and then not take it, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. You can get all of this stuff from a nutritious meal in front of you. Okay? Now, I don't know about you, but I would much rather eat something than drink a protein shake, because within 10 minutes again, I'm starving, right? So I eat a lot. I'm a big guy and I love to eat. So I would rather eat than take any type of supplements. Pre-workouts, post-workouts, these are, they're not necessary. If you like them, then by all means, go for it. There are certain things that can help you, but they're not mandatory. Absolutely not. You might, if some type of stimulant really helps you work out, that's great. Just don't take it too close to bedtime. But for the most part, everything that you need can come from a great meal. Okay. Now, okay, that's it for my questions. But feel free to comment on anything, guys. And I'm super excited. Don't forget to head to FitHacker.com and grab your free 5-day Jumpstart. And also grab your chance to test out the CMT Training app. It's awesome. You guys are going to love it. Don't forget, also, we are going to be live every day, 2 p.m. For the next 30 days. And this is going to be awesome. I'm so excited. Tomorrow, we're going to get into a lot of information and get way more in depth. And I'm super excited. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. 2 p.m. Eastern.